Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel once again and part 2 of my look at the new Constellation variants. Today we're looking at the Exploration variant, the Constellation Aquila. Well, here we are in my hangar and this is my Constellation Aquila. Well, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, one of the most striking difference between the Constellation Aquila variant and the other constellations is the shape of the cockpit. As you see, it's got a very curved shape. Now, I'm not sure why that is so significant. It must be linked to the fact that the Constellation Aquila is an exploration vessel. So obviously that curved cockpit gives it a wide view of all the significant things it's going to discover in the galaxy. Anyway, as we move down, there's nothing strikingly different to distinguish the Aquila to the other constellations. Obviously, it's still got the same colour scheme apart from the Constellation Phoenix, which is a strikingly white colour. Now, obviously, I don't think this colour scheme is the final thing we will see going forward. At the moment, it looks like it's just a simple PBR pass, and other things have got to be added. Now, as you can see, sitting at the back is the P-52 Merlin, which is of course now in its new position. Actually, the P-52 Merlin does not come as standard with the Aquila. It's there because at the moment the included Ursa Land Rover is not present. It's yet to be added to the Aquila. So you've got the Merlin, but you can always add the Merlin later. So at least you've got that facility there later on when the Constellation gets spaceborne. Anyway, as we come up the other side here, let's have a look at the cargo loading facility, which is now of course standard on all constellations. And this one does work, unlike the Phoenix where the animation isn't hooked up yet. Now as it comes down, I better step back, otherwise I'm going to get crushed. That could be most unpleasant. Now as you can see, you'll be able to load all manner of things onto here, and of course this is where let me check that I'm pronouncing that right. Yes, it's the RSI Ursa Land Rover, which will be situated here. So let's take a trip up into the belly of the Constellation Aquila. Obviously there's two sets of ladders, steps either side. They're not actually hooked up to function yet though, so once you get in here you can't yet reach the walkway above. But at least it gives you an idea how large the cargo capacity is, which is exactly the same as the standard Constellation Andromeda. It's 1100 cargo units. Now the Phoenix is 540, and the actual largest cargo capacity constellation is the Taurus, which is a new cargo variant, and that has a humongous 1900 cargo capacity. And I'll be looking at the Constellation Taurus in a future video. Now as we exit the cargo bay here, it's worth mentioning some of the other differences between this constellation and say the basic Andromeda. Now obviously it comes standard with a rover, and it also has a whole suite of scanners for exploring and scanning. It can scan jump points. It also has a something called a Nav E7 fuel tank expansion. Obviously this is to give it added range for those extended trips of exploration. Now we're inside now the Aquila, and as you can see, it's certainly not quite as brightly lit as the Phoenix, which we saw in a recent video. I don't think yet that it's fully decorated, because it certainly looks like it could do with a lick of paint. I don't know if that's part of the well-worn theme, but I'm sure things will change as we progress. Anyway, it has got 2 turrets, but only one of them is actually classed as a defence turret. As we go up, you'll see that the turret on top of the Aquila is actually a scientific station, which is used to obviously do scientific study of astronomical phenomena, and it's got all sorts of advanced equipment for scanning and scientific observation. Should be pretty spectacular, actually, getting a view of the of space from there. Now, at the moment, you have got a lower defence turret, but I could not get that to actually function, so it's pretty possible that that's not hooked up yet. I certainly did try to get down there, but without any success. Now, if you're interested more on the Aquila, it's worth checking the Roberts Space Industry website out, and you can check out all the stats, plus all the wonderful videos they showed at Gamescom, and especially the 2001 themed Aquila presentation video, which to be honest is pretty spectacular, so that's well worth a look. Now, looking around the cockpit of the Aquila, which is obviously unique to this ship in the Constellation lineup, you can see the rounded scope of the front of the ship, and it's certainly going to give tremendous and spectacular views of, well, all your discoveries out in the galaxy. Now, going back to the bottom defence turret, I've managed to get the camera down there, so you can see that it certainly is in place. Anyway, let's take a brief tour of the rest of the Constellation Aquila. Now, as we move aft, we can see that there's some various fittings here. I'm not sure the purpose of some of them, but this one is actually one which has remained standard from the old Constellation design. Obviously, I think it was in a slightly different position, but this is the breakfast table or lunch table or dinner table. So that's going to be a nice place to have a snack in between jump points and other stellar phenomena. And this is your space toilet. Now, it's a unisex toilet, and as you can see, I'm not sure if that's dirt or it just needs a paint job. Maybe it just needs a clean, but obviously someone on your crew is going to have to be designated as the cleaner of the toilet. I wonder who will get that job. So anyway, that's fully working. Now moving back from the toilet, let's just shut the door. And here we go. And these are the actual beds. There's actually 4 of them, and they do serve also, I believe, as escape pods. Well, it's a rather shiny mattress there. Looks a bit plasticky for me, but anyway, I'm sure there might be some customised linen and probably a eider down to put on your bed there. Now, I don't think you can get to the top bunk, but you can actually lay down in the bottom bunk here. Yeah, it doesn't look actually very comfortable, I don't think, unless it's some, of course, futuristic material where it's probably got advanced lumbar support built in. And you've got a little viewer screen here, so obviously maybe you can get long distance messages from your loved ones while journeying through the galaxy. Well, I'd love to stay lying down, but I've got to make the rest of this video, so let's have a look across. And there's actually 2 more bunks the other side, opposite the other 2 bunk beds, and they've of course got the same design. Certainly they've got a sort of well-used look to them. And there you go, that's the sleeping compartment on the Aquila Constellation. Now, we haven't actually looked at the space shower here. Of course, on these long voyages of exploration, it's very important to stay clean. Very, very small though, so obviously you won't get anyone coming in to scrub your back there. So, But anyway, I'm sure it serves its purpose. So obviously it's a functional living quarters. Obviously it's changed a lot from the old Constellation because it obviously used to be all at the back, so it's totally redesigned now. Now, of course, we're in the cargo bay now, on the walkway above the main cargo loading area. You can actually obviously seal this in to obviously keep it all pressurised in case you have a hull breach down here, or maybe you want to actually depressurise this whole compartment and maybe flush someone out from here, or even some uninvited alien. Well, as we can see, there's certainly a lot of cargo capacity there, and of course that's where your Ursa Land Rover will be carried when it's finished. Now, these are airlocks, and there's one of those either side. Now, as I've said earlier, you can't actually get down there at the moment because the animations aren't hooked up on the steps down. Right, let's move to the rear of the Constellation Aquila and enter what's designated as the engine room. Now, there is some equipment here for obviously monitoring your engine and making sure that it's functioning correctly. And of course, this is where you will access the P-52 Merlin, if you have one, because as I've said before, the ship doesn't actually come with the Merlin as standard. You get the Ursa Land Rover, but it is an optional extra. And I've managed to manoeuvre the camera down there so you can see that the Merlin is definitely there and ready to fly with a nice cockpit. Anyway, that completes my look at the Constellation Aquila, and I'm pretty impressed of what I've seen. Well, thank you very much for watching once again, and please don't forget to like and of course let me know what you think. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because although I do this channel for fun, seeing the subscriber count go up really gives me some encouragement. Anyway, until next time, have a great day wherever you are in the universe.